Yes, folks, we are live. Kind of. Um, I'm hesitating because I'm hearing stuff in my ear that I should not be hearing. So bear with me for a second, please, while I try to kill that noise. Where is that coming from? No, cancel that. Give me 1 second, guys. Charlie Pride's playing in my ear, and I don't know where it's coming from. Okay. To offer you. Yes. It is Friday, the 26th of July. Thank you so much for joining us. We get together on most Friday nights to hang out, listen to music, tell really, really bad jokes, and whatever else. Oh, yeah, by the way, Mr. H usually gets drunk. And that alone is worth the price of admission, folks. We are here almost every Friday evening. It is good to be with you. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying your summer. Please check out my other YouTube channels. I have a channel where I react to folk music, the likes of Dylan, Baez, the Chieftains, all those folk people. Norspective is the name of that channel. Please check me out if you'd like to see me react to folk music. I would now like to take the time to invite onto the screen my brother from a whole nother mother. My co host, Mr. H, is in the building. How are you, sir?
Well, I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I haven't had anything to drink yet, but it's the night's still early.
Well, listen, what I'd like for you to do, I'm going to put on my director's cap for a minute. Why don't you do the full screen on you for a second while I try to
Okay.
fix my audio stuff that's going on in my ear, okay? Give me like
All
half a
right.
minute.
Alrighty. So tell you what, folks, what I'm going to do in this time is I like my old commercials. So in honor of our favorite Buckeye, we're going to do a quick commercial on Buckeye chocolates. Well, howdy, folks. In honor of our favorite Buckeye, I have ordered Buckeyes. Let's see, more specifically, Anthony Thomas Buckeyes, milk chocolate and peanut butter from Ohio State. Went online, I ordered these, and now I'm giving it a try to see how they are. Now, from what I understand, a Buckeye is actually a nut. So let's see here, pulling out my Buckeye chocolate. Looks like an eyeball, almost like a chocolate eyeball. How about that? Creamy, milk chocolatey. Kind of like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but it's not. So, I suggest if you would like to try Anthony Thomas's Buckeyes, go ahead and order them online. You can get them from Amazon. So, folks, you have a good one while I enjoy my chocolate, my Buckeye chocolate. Now, did that
One
fix the
of
issue?
my one yes, I did. Finally, thank you so much for helping me out. I could not find the tab that was open with the music, but I finally did. One of my favorite commercials of yours, by the way, Mr. H. Um, our favorite Buckeye did introduce us to the. I think technically, Mr. H, is it a nut? Is it a nut? Is it really a nut?
A Buckeye actually is a nut. Now, there's no nuts
All
uh, in that chocolate. It's no like blended Buckeye nuts or anything like that. It's just where it happens to come from. It's so there. It's I guess Anthony Thomas's Buckeyes are made in the Buckeye State.
By the way, Ohio, and there's a Buckeye on their flag, built into their flag, by the way. I believe, Mr. H, that this is the first time that you're actually being thanked for a commercial.
Yeah. Thank you, John
Usually,
Davison. And by the way, the first song up is from a request from John from a previous show. I've got it in the lineup. That's the first one we're going to do tonight.
JD is in the building, all the way from the beautiful island nation of, as they would say in Mexico, Japón, Mr. H. I wish H and I could do that. Well, we could do this alone, but then we would be definitely missing the shining jewel of this whole shindig. Am I right, Mr. H?
Absolutely.
Nicole Jewell is in the house, y'all. What's going on, Nicole? Everybody say hello to Nicole.
Good evening, all.
Serious as ever.
The crowd goes
Does not
wild.
change her facial expression unless, Mr. H, unless she's talking about a couple of people. And you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes. Good old Bo.
I think we're going to need an update in a little bit about what's going on with Mr. Schneider, one of her favorite people, second to only I should have been a cowboy. Right? I know you love Toby more than you do Schneider. Am I right?
Most definite.
Most definitely. 100%. Nicole, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. My husband and I went out to dinner on Tuesday. It was a pretty interesting time with my dad because the couple at the table that was next to us had this little infant, and it had to be about 2-3 months old, I'm guessing. And the mommy had an alcoholic beverage, and the baby tried to take it.
That's a smart baby. I'll be related to Mr. H.
Probably. Good Irish child.
I was a drinking baby.
So
No, I
we
think I
gotta-
was about 3 before I had my first drink.
So we got a good laugh watching the baby try to take the drink from mommy. You know,
Was it a cute baby or one of those little ugly babies?
it was adorable.
Yeah. Those are the best kind. Yeah.
And whenever the parents went to eat and was like not paying attention, the baby was throwing a fit like, "Hey, I'm here still," you know.
It's my world. It is my world. Mr. H, from time to time, as you know, we like to take a trip back into country music history. And who holds the key to country music's past on this particular, should we say podcast? Did somebody say podcast? Are we going in that direction, Mr. H? I didn't get the memo. Is that what this?
I don't know.
Are we getting
Am I
political
pointing
over
in the
here,
right
Mr.
direction, or is she over here or is she over here?
H? She's right. That's it. The opposite.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
There she is. Let's take a walk into country music's past. Let's talk about some of the things that happened on this day, the 26th of July, in country music history. Where's the theme music?
Well, it's coming up as soon as I get the There we go. All right. Now that I know that you're going to do. All right, folks, here we go.
Jimmy Rogers, Patsy Cline, we lost Hank at 29. Roy Acuff, Johnny Horton, dancing.
On this day in 1947, born in, Winslow, Connecticut, was guitarist Al Anderson, who has penned hits for George Strait, Love's Gonna Make It Alright, Diamond Rio, Unbelievable, Leanne Rhymes, Big Deal, and The Maverick. All You Ever Do Is Bring Me Down.
So I got to jump in here on this one. Let me get my glasses.
Do you know any of those songs?
Oh, so 1947, born on this day in Windsor, Connecticut, was guitarist Al Anderson. I've heard of Al Anderson, but honestly, I don't know who he is. He wrote stuff for George Strait. Love's Gonna Make It All Right. I haven't heard that one. I've heard of Diamond Rio. Excellent band. Were they country? Is that what
Yeah.
they were? Were they more pop country?
They were country. They were 90s.
Okay. Unbelievable. Leanne Rhymes' Big Deal. And the Mavericks, All You Ever Do Is Bring Me Down. That's where I know the name from. Of course, I've reacted to
You've
the
done Big
Mavericks,
Deal.
one of my favorite country music bands, Raul Malo. Unfortunately, was recently diagnosed with colon cancer. I don't know how he's doing. It's been a couple of weeks. I know they had to cancel a few dates. If anybody knows, or if anybody can Google that real quick and let us know how Raul is doing. Mr. Al Anderson, born in 1947, wrote some pretty damn cool songs, Nicole.
Mhm.
All right, way to start.
On this day in 1956, born in Clinton, Oklahoma, was record producer Scott Hendricks, who has produced over 30 country music artists. His productions have garnered 116 top 10 and 75 number one hits. Acts for whom Hendricks has produced include Restless Heart, John Michael Montgomery, Brooks and Dunn, Trace Atkins, Alan Jackson, Faith Hill, Blake Shelton, Jana Kramer, and Dan and Shay.
Who has this guy not produced for? So if you can put that back up there real quick, H. Yeah. So, wow, 30 country music artists, 116 top 10s, 75 number one hits. And as you guys know, I'm the only reactor on YouTube who does what, Mr. H? Come on now.
A lot of stuff.
You credit the producers and the
That's right.
songwriters.
Yeah.
I credit the songwriters and the producers. This is, wow. This guy, Brooks and Dunn, who I know. You guys, I think Taz introduced me to John Michael Montgomery. Wasn't he part of that one
No.
group?
You're thinking of
No.
his brother Eddie.
Okay. Brooks and Dunn, I know. Trace Atkins.
I gave you a John Michael Montgomery to Be My Baby Tonight. The Could You, Would You, Ain't You Gonna, If I Asked You, Would You?
Oh, yeah. Trace Atkins, I've heard the name.
Honky
Don't know
Tonk,
him.
Badonka Donk.
Oh, that's who that is. Badunked.
Yes.
Alan Jackson. The Badunkadunk video was out of control. Faith Hill, I know. Blake Shelton, I've I think I've only reacted to one of his songs, and I was 100% blown away by him. It was a younger Blake Shelton.
The Baby.
And yeah, you remember the name of the song?
It was called The Baby.
The Baby. Great song. My introduction to Blake, by the way. Jenna Kramer, I don't know. And I don't believe I know Dan and Shay. 1956. Very cool. Scott was engaged to Faith Hill before she married Tim McGraw. Look at that little pug. Is that a pug mix, Lori? What happened in 1969 on this day, Nicole?
In 1969, Johnny Cash released the single A Boy Named Sue, a song written by Shel Silverstein. Cash was at the height of his popularity when he recorded the song live at California San Quentin State Prison at a concert on February 24, 1969. The song tells the tale of a young man's quest for revenge on his father who abandoned him at the age of 3 and who contributes to its entire life after being named Sue.
Yeah, I remember reacting to A Boy Named Sue when I did my Johnny Cash set. We are going to have to get back to some more Johnny Cash at some point. I just love everything about Johnny Cash, man. It's just what an icon. A Boy Named Sue was such a fun song. Of course, I don't remember how or when I first came across Shel Silverstein's name. But I did learn a little bit about him. He's an author. He's written books as well as songs. And of course, like everybody who's a country music lover, we all know about Johnny Cash's just groundbreaking San Quentin State Prison concert, like you said, which happened in 1969. Very, very cool stuff. That song, I got a kick out of that song, A Boy Named Sue. It was a great
I think
song.
a lot of people did when they first heard that song. They got a kick out of it.
Boy Named Sue. I knew a boy named Kim.
On this day in 1972, Charlie Pride was #1 on the U.S. country singles chart, which is going to take a little bit longer. His ninth #1 on the country chart. The single stayed at the top for 3 weeks and spent a total of 14 weeks on the country chart.
How appropriate that we'd be talking about Charlie Pride, as he is the artist that I'm into right now on the channel. I want to say it was earlier today, this morning, my time, I posted, well, it was a look back. It was a reaction that I had done a couple of years ago, and revisited it today. I hope you guys have had a chance to check that out. It was Charlie's first #1 hit. All I Have to Offer You Is Me. Great song. Loved it the first time I heard it, and really enjoyed checking it out the second time around. It's going to take a little bit longer. I have not heard, not yet, but I guarantee I will hear it. I will react to it this time around while we're doing Charlie Pride. Great stuff. 1972. All right, Nicole.
On this day in 1999, Shania Twain's Come On Over was certified for shipments of 12 million copies, passing her The Woman in Me as best-selling country album ever by a female artist.
Shania Twain is no joke. She is. I don't even know how best to characterize her. I've done a few of her songs. Did she do the one "You Make Me Something About a Woman"?
Man, I feel like a woman.
That's the one. And man, I feel like a woman, and I'm like, man, I bet you do. I bet you do. Love Shania's voice, love her power, love her sultriness. It's just so natural. Um, Come On Over was certified for shipments of 12 million copies, record breaking.
And she
And
passed
she
her
broke her
own-
own record, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. What appeal she has. Great stuff. 1999. Okay. Just
you have it.
some of the things that happened, Nicole Jewell, on this day, July 26th, in country music history. Great stuff. You have anything to add, Mr. H?
Shania Twain is one in a million. She is gorgeous. She's talented. I'm waiting for her to knock on my door and say, "Come run away with me," and I'm gonna do it.
Well, I tell you what, you just keep dreaming. And after I get out of this relationship that I've been in for the past 6 years with her and Alison Krauss, you might have a shot. You might have a shot.
Right.
Nicole, well done. Great stuff. I love the Johnny Cash angle. What was the writer's name? Al something. Great information. Loved it. Mr. H, what are we drinking on this evening?
Well, right now I just got Mountain Dew from my sponsor, non-sponsor IHOP.
Did you go to breakfast
Great.
at IHOP this morning?
I did, yep. It's Friday. Usually Fridays and Sundays, my wife and I go to IHOP, see our favorite waitress, and because we only like go those days when she's there because that we get great service. We don't even have to
Nice.
order. Basically, we come in.
She knows
what we want and stuff. So
now I've been to your friendly neighborhood IHOP with you at least a couple of times. I don't remember. I know the manager came out to greet you and stuff. I think you had flown him out to Tahiti at one point on the private jet, whatever. But I think the manager did come to greet us, right? Kind of a
Robert.
Yeah. So, folks, he ain't lying. He owns that restaurant. I again want to thank all of you guys who are in the chat. What say we jump into our chat? First of all, see if anybody's here with us and acknowledge some people here. What do you say?
Well, we got Lori Thomas saying hey to everyone. And
Hey, right back at you, Lori.
And we got John Davidson, who loves the country music history. He really appreciates that.
Very cool.
And let's see here. We've got, who else do we got in the room? Oh, Mountains and Morning.
Who?
Mountains and Mornings. I
Right.
don't know who that is. But that's cool. And by the way, don't forget to tell us where you're coming from.
Like,
no.
You mean like Tim does every time?
Yeah. He's from where? Where's he from?
Western Colorado. Who is
There you
Anessa
go.
Lynn calling a hoe?
Where did
Mr. H?
where did? Oh, with she's talking to you,
Oh boy. Oh, was she
saying
talking to me?
howdy.
Okay.
Yeah, there. She just forgot to put the comma in there. Howdy, ho.
All right. Howdy, right back at you. Hope things are well. I hope the animals are staying out of your microwave and your washing machine. I know for fun, she sometimes will, people can get kind of sensitive, Mr. H. So I got to be
Yep.
careful. All right. It's okay for you to pull me back, H, when you see me going left, please.
There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah.
Just jerk me on back. What else is happening in this chat?
Well, let's see. Yeah, we do have Tim DeBala. We have Vanessa Lynn. We've got Robin. Robin's in the house. And that's it. Anybody else? Did I miss it? Did I miss anyone? Be
Oh,
sure to
Robin's in
text
the
us.
building?
Robin,
The
yeah.
queen of all trolls?
I still want to know how how she knew what's his name?
Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
I think they went to school together.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yep. He was, he played on the soccer team. Yep. At least that's what she told me.
Nice.
Yes, indeed.
Very nice.
Thank all of you very much for hanging out with us. Robin's coming to us from Mars. Men are from Mars, Mr. H, and where are women from?
Venus.
I thought you were going to say
Venus.
Uranus.
No, that's what toilet paper and Klingons have in common. They circle Uranus.
Okie dokie. I'm sure, Nicole. Well, first of all, Nicole, if you don't mind, and please, if we've covered this ground already, just let me know. Do you want to give us an update on what's going on with one of your most favorite people in the world, who happens to be a legacy television star and a country music star? Quite a handsome chap, I might say, although Mr. H is giving him a run for his money in that department. But do you want to give us an update on what's going on with your guy, Bo Duke, from the Dukes of Hazzard? What's going on with him? Give the people the background story. What did his stepson do to him? Or was it a stepdaughter?
His stepdaughter is the one that's been stealing from him. So
how long has this been going on?
Well, we don't know exactly how long it's been going on, but she stole the urn that has his late wife's ashes in it. His cross.
Her mother?
Yeah. And his cross necklace, his wedding bands, the card that
stole his wedding bands?
Mm-hmm.
The hell is that all about?
And the card that's a replica of the General Lee. That
which is what I bought for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of creepy to have a thief in the house like that. Were they living in the same house?
No, she was living down the road from him.
Oh, okay.
And so now he's in process of suing her to get his stuff back.
How did he find out that she was the one taking his stuff?
Because
he camera for just 1 second. Go ahead.
Because she gave the ashes to her grandparents, and they called and told him where they got him from.
Wow. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's suing her now to get his stuff back. So
Yeah.
she stole the car, the General Lee?
Yeah.
Wow.
And some other movie memorabilia of his as well. And
Mm.
tried to put it on an online auction, but he got that shut down.
How old is this young lady? This woman, or whatever. Do you know? You have any idea?
Um, I think she's in her mid-30s. I think.
So young.
Yeah.
A baby. Old enough to be my
I-
stepdaughter.
I think she's kind of heartbroken because her mom didn't have a will, and so she's trying to get back at him because, I guess she felt she was left out. I don't know, or something.
She felt something. Yeah. Well, I am thrilled that he's getting his stuff back. Where do you keep up with all of this stuff? Is it on Facebook? Is he putting stuff out regularly
Yeah.
to update fans and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like he just posted recently that he just got remarried on Wednesday. So
This is his fourth marriage, number 4?
yeah.
Would you ever? Well, I've been married 2 times. I'm on my second marriage, and it'll be, for better or worse, my last. 4 times. That seems like a lot. Did 2 of his ex-wives die? Is that what happened?
No. The first 2 he got divorced from. The third one passed away, and then this one is.
Okay. Mr. H?
I got a question. So
Yep.
the stepdaughter's upset because the mom didn't leave a will. Who's the mom, and what kind of money did she have?
Well, she was a partner with John at first, before they got married. So she was helping produce movies and his music and all that. Her name is Alicia Allen.
Okay. Because
Alicia.
normally, now I know here in California, it's automatic that if you don't have a will, 50% is going to go to the spouse, and then the other 50% automatically goes to the surviving children. So it all depends on, like property. California, though, property is, we have it as survivor rights. So if it's joint tenancy, it all goes to the surviving member on the house and stuff like that. But everything else without a will.
But he's not in California. I don't know if you know that. He lived in Louisiana.
Right. So I'm just kind of wondering what the law is. So where she's upset, that because it's not his fault that her mother didn't leave a will.
No, and she passed away from cancer, so there was nothing that anybody could have done.
All right.
Well, you could always. So Alicia Allen was his first wife?
Fourth or third, sorry.
The third. Okay.
Yeah.
She was 53.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I am thrilled, like I'm sure Mr. H is, that he's getting his stuff back. Yeah. What do you guys say, Mr. H, unless you got something else you want to get into? What do you guys say we do some reactions?
I say we do that. So, folks, if you didn't see it earlier, it was scrolling down at the bottom as it is now. That's the link. I'll go ahead and put it into the chat right now, so that way everybody gets it. Just click on that
H,
link
turn
and
your,
join us over.
and again, it could just be me, and Nicole, tell me if it is. H sounds a little bit low to me, or is that my earphones?
He sounds low to me as well.
Is
Okay.
it my volume?
Crank up your mic a little, H.
Alrighty, audio.
Just a little.
Sound. Oh yeah.
See you, Robin. Sorry we bored you to death.
How's
Robin's
that?
got to go. Oh, sounds great.
Alrighty, so folks, in the chat box is the link. It's also in the description. So join us over there. We've already got 3 that switched over. The other 3 in PJ's channel, go ahead and switch on over. And we're going to get started pretty soon. Tell you what, we're going to get started right after this commercial.
Are you sitting home with nothing to do? Are you hankering for something to drink? Are you drinking beer and questioning your sexuality? Well, hey folks, how you doing? With all the controversy with Bud Light, and as far as I'm concerned, beer in general, they're saying that Bud Light, it makes you feminine or something like that. Pj-roc. So, if you want to be a real man, get yourself a box of Crown Royal. That's what I drink. I like to mix it with Coke and sometimes with Mountain Dew. So be a real man and drink whiskey. Have a good one. Remember, real men drink Crown Royal.
So there you have it, folks. Crown is the way to go most of the time. Unless you're going to drink Irish whiskey, proper is another good one. So the 2 that are left over in PJ's show, sorry. Click on the link. Join us over there. Goodbye for now.